Welcome back, fish heads, to another episode of Blue Friday.
Hopefully you didn't miss us too much in the last 22 minutes.
Yes. Seemed like 2 minutes. So we're back. Again, lots of giveaways, lots of sales going on. Make sure you guys like the stream, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Those are currencies to win, even though they're not really. We like to say that.
Yeah, it's a tagline, so you gotta stick with it even if it's not true. We're rolling along. We still have here 4 more streams. And also to figure out all the details for sales, giveaways, stuff like that, check out waterboxaquariums.com. It's gonna have all full details. And in this stream here, we are giving away 2 $500 gift cards and a Q20 package. So you definitely don't miss out on those. You need to go to the schedule on the website, to the giveaway link below, and enter there. And then when a bonus word is dropped, you're going to go there and enter that in for extra entries. Closes at 4:30, so you have 29 minutes to go get that in, and then we're going to announce the winner on that. So that is the only way to enter into that giveaway for this stream.
Keep an eye out for that bonus word. Gets you 10 extra points into that giveaway.
Yep.
We are also running a sweepstakes to benefit those affected by Hurricane Ian. So make sure you head over to waterboxaquariums.com/donate. That'll send you directly to this page. We're giving away a $5,000 Waterbox package, basically whatever Waterbox you want to choose from and/or equipment. So that will also end at 7 p.m. The difference with this one is we're going to draw that next week on Waterbox Live.
So last we checked, we were around 12,000. Our goal is to hit over 30,000 like we did last year for Coral Restoration Foundation. We got a ways to go. You guys can do it. 100% of it's going to the foundation to help those with Hurricane Ian. So good cause. We also have our grand prize giveaways that's happening in our 7 p.m. stream. And you only have until 7 o'clock to enter into that. That is on the website as well. And that is 2 $25 gift cards and a $5,000 gift card.
$10,000 in gift cards.
I don't know who approved all this stuff being given away, but it's a bit extreme.
That's for sure. Again, if you guys want all the details, I know that's a lot, go to waterboxaquariums.com and you can get them all right there on the homepage.
There you go. All the water boxes on sale, accessories, all of that. Save up to $1,100. So, like I said, website has all that information.
So we have some special guests with us today.
Yeah, very excited for this stream. We have ORA, Jordan, and Donna here, and they're going to talk all about life at ORA and the greenhouses. So come on up.
The 5-time reigning champions, right? What is it? What did you call it?
5-time returning champions, because they have been here since the very first Blue Friday every single year with us. And I think we're going to keep that tradition going every year.
We're
so thank you for coming again.
Absolutely. Yeah.
There's always something cool that they have to talk about. So,
and this year it's the greenhouse.
It is the greenhouse. Yeah. People want to know what it's like in the life of the greenhouse, the day to day.
I really thought, though, to be honest, that you guys were going to try to like top last year in some weird way. You're going to make me.
We talked about it. What can we do to embarrass you again?
Yeah, I don't know, but. I was like, I wonder if I'm going to drop the F-bomb again on the ORA stream.
There's still time.
Better not be planning anything.
If you missed last year, they did a blindfolded touch quiz test on us where we had to touch random things we didn't know and take a guess of what it was. Rich dropped the first F-bomb of
first
Waterbox.
Official Waterbox F-bomb, Waterbox Live.
It was great.
It's always better when it's live.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's no take backs then.
No, no cut on that one. All right, so what are we all talking about today?
So we basically wanted to bring you and your viewers kind of back behind the scenes to look at our coral greenhouse that we've been operating and where we grow the vast majority of all of our coral pieces for the industry.
And it said you were the largest
land-based commercial coral farm in the world.
Wow, that's a pretty prestige title right there.
I double checked to make sure I didn't see anything online before I got here. I couldn't see anything, but I think for our standards, yes, we are still the largest land-based.
That is amazing. Cool. Awesome.
Now, has that greenhouse been running for the full 25 years?
No, this particular one started construction in 2005.
Oh, okay.
So prior to that, we had a much smaller unit, a lot more cramped space. We tore that one down, put up this nice big one.
Nice.
Wow, nice. All right. Let's get rolling.
Okay, so yeah, we've got a video we're going to kind of run through and kind of show you a little bit behind the scenes, talk over, narrate a little bit. If you guys have questions, go ahead and send them in the comments, and we'll we'll get to them. All right, this is us, Aquaculture Loop. So this particular building here is 30 feet by 150 feet with a water volume of around 20,000 gallons. As I mentioned, it's the largest land-based commercial farm in the world for corals. We began this building in 2005, and it took a few years to actually get it going. We actually had to store a lot of these materials for a long time until we could finally get the building erected. 2006, we finally got it going. By 2007, water was in the systems and it was good to go. So that's kind of the whole length of it right there.
It's huge.
Look at that. Yeah.
So, as you can imagine, being in Florida, you know, it's very hot. Climate control is absolutely crucial. You know, so not only just for the livestock inside, but the employees that we have working in there. So as you saw earlier, we've got 3 huge exhaust fans that move 90,000 cubic feet of air. That helps keep it a nice 78 degrees in there for our employees. Now this part is also the second most important thing, water temperature, right? So we've got 2 of these for every system. 2 of these heat pumps. They're 5-ton, 2-stage. One alone can handle the system, but for redundancy, we actually needed 2. So here's another quick little thing of our skimmers. How tall do you think that is? 100 inches tall. That's our RK2. We've got 4 of those, 1 for each system. They process about 75 gallons per minute. Just have a 1/4 horsepower pump just to feed the water, and then another horsepower, half horsepower, just for the venturi on these things.
Wow.
They are they're pretty incredible there. So kind of alongside this, you know, one of the things we often get asked all the time is, what else do you add to your water? You know, where's your GFO reactors? Where's your calcium reactors? What additives are you doing? I think a lot of you would be surprised. No, we don't do any of that. We use just the water that we get from the well. Obviously, we filter it with some carbon, some UV, run it through some other minor filtrations, but for the most part, we don't do a lot of the bells and whistles that you would kind of come to associate with a large coral operation. So one of the best things that's really saved a lot of our time and handwork is we actually upgraded in 2008 to a control system, a PLC. This allows us to do so many different things. Everything from observing our water levels, our fill, our pump pressure. We can even tie it in with our climate control, with our weather station we have outside. It's pretty remarkable. Probably the most thing gives us peace of mind is that anytime there's any kind of a water alert, temperature alert, a pump failure, it sends a text to kind of our key employees, and we can immediately address any of these issues. So we can kind of all rest easy each night. So right here you can see this is where all the water moves. 20,000 gallons we move through our building. This is one of our single troughs here. As you can see, we have our Carlson surge devices. Those 32-gallon drums will empty out 32 gallons in 18 seconds, allowing so much water to move through these troughs at 70 times turnover rates. Basically 18,000 gallons per hour of water motion in each of these systems.
Wow.
Goodness.
It's a lot of water,
That's
yes.
insane. Let's talk about the corals.
Okay.
So, okay, you know, now that we've talked about all the equipment kind of running our coral greenhouse, let's get right into the corals here.
The best part.
Yeah, I mean, the most colorful part for sure, the part that gets us all really interested in the hobby. So in our coral greenhouse, like Jordan had mentioned, we have 4 systems. In each of those systems, I mean, we do SPS, LPS, softies, anemones even. And we really strive to keep the costs pretty low so that we can offer the most cost-effective product out into the industry with 150 different corals growing inside of the greenhouse, and then 100 of those 150 actually being in full active production. And by that, I mean 200 pieces of coral, any specific coral, at any given time in each system. That's pretty significant when you're looking at a greenhouse that's, you said 150 feet long, or 150 feet long. That's half of a football field,
right.
Just dedicated to corals and growing out corals for the industry. You know, we house some of the most spectacular colored corals within the industry, and it's all done by natural sunlight. We don't run any sort of artificial lighting in our greenhouse. Everything is done by the natural sun. So we're kind of on that level in sunny South Florida where we kind of get to take advantage of that and really highlight the natural colors of these corals and the beauty that they would naturally have out in the reefs if you were out diving. And we have it right here in a contained building that we get to admire year round.
Every day.
Yeah, absolutely every day. So here you see kind of our fragging process about to take place. Jordan, you want to jump into that?
Oh, this is Adam. Adam is
Yeah.
great. We've got a staff of Adam, Vic, Isabel, and our manager there, Vanessa. These guys are working all day, every day to make these frags. These plugs, we actually use an aragonite mixture that we get from Carib Sea. We can make about 1,000 of these plugs every day, or at a time, I should say. They have to cure for about 2 weeks after we make them and pop them out. The whole process takes about 4 hours, and then another 2 weeks to kind of get the silica out, and then they're ready to go. And this is where we can mount kind of any of our more flat, more soft corals. As anybody who's ever fragged a coral before, soft corals are extremely slimy, very unmanageable. So in this case, you saw Adam taking sections of our iconic toadstool leather that we've cut up maybe 2-3 months prior. We get those in a basket with some reef rubble. They attach to that. We're actually gluing the rubble to the disc rather than the coral. Makes it a lot easier.
Leathers are a pain for fragging.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen people use toothpicks. I've seen rubber bands. This seems to work really well for the vast majority of our soft coral production. Zinnias, toadstool leather, sinnularias. Here's kind of our nice little tool kit there. You can find that in any bathroom.
And just like a prime example of some of the coloration in our greenhouse, you know, you have those oranges, the greens, the purples, the pinks, all being highlighted directly from the sun.
So we got more of this production here. So what Adam's doing in this case is, oftentimes with some of your flat corals, like your monopores, you saw him cleaning kind of our, what we'd call a mother colony of our Setosa. He'll soak those discs in water so that when he's gluing the coral down, you're not going to get a lot of air bubbles trapped between the coral and the disc, which may cause problems as the coral starts to grow out. So get that handled, get the water to set the glue, and then that coral will be ready for sale probably in the next month or two.
Yeah. The iconic ORA plug.
Oh, this is probably everyone's favorite. So we'll come back a nice close-up on those, but here you can see Adam is taking our Laura's purple polyp, and you'll see he's making frags, but also maintaining one of what we call our mother colony, or our kind of broodstock colony. It's very unconventional in the sense that we don't have these giant, table-sized pieces. We have what Donna would call frags on frags on frags.
You would call it frag on frag on frag.
But as you can see, he's going to make several frags, but also maintain some back that we'll use for future production.
Yeah, so essentially, like, our model for fragging is to take these micro fragmentations of like these mini colonies, and what you do is you cut that, you let it heal over, you essentially let it grow out, and then at that point you refrag it. And that's what we do over and over and over again. Each of these corals are essentially genetic replicas of themselves.
So in here you can see kind of some of the specifications of our plug. You'll see the nice custom-made rough top. You've got the distinct black color. It's made specifically for egg crate. It's very, very tight in there. You could even turn the egg crate upside down. The corals won't move. Everyone hates them, but we made these specifically for us and our needs, and they work just fine. Well, for us.
Doesn't it keep them from blowing around too, because they're so secure?
As I mentioned,
with
yeah,
no
like
flow?
that water flow that comes out of those Carl's surge devices is intense, far more than you would see in kind of in a home aquarium.
Look at that.
There
Perfect
you
on
go.
the frag.
Now you'll see kind of the back side is more of our broodstock. Front side is going to be our sellable pieces. Those pieces will be ready again in about two months.
Yep.
We're just fragging all day long, huh?
Fragging and cleaning, for
Yeah.
sure. Most of it is, I think, scrubbing.
Definitely the cleaning.
Scrubbing and pulling the corals. Each of our corals, as you see here, is hand selected, hand inspected, And then, they go into a cleaning process where each of our members of our coral greenhouse will sit there, scrub them, and then place them in a bag ready to ship to you.
You'll see some screen right there. We actually have 2 layers of screen in some areas, mainly because it's intense. That sunlight is bright. And particularly as the seasonal changes come and go, we'll need to move corals around. So you'll see corals, same varieties in different areas of the greenhouse that are getting different levels of light and kind of change throughout the year. Red planet's a great example in the sense that during the wintertime you may find it to be much more green, summertime much more red, just based on the level of light it's receiving.
You can't turn down the sun, so you gotta work
Certainly
with it.
not, yeah.
No. So yeah, algae cleaning is probably the most time-consuming thing that we do out there, in addition to the coral fragging. It grows really readily, even with urchins, tangs, kind of helping us out. Nothing beats some good old elbow grease, some tweezers, and the old toothbrush.
Tens of thousands of frag plugs that need to be cleaned, huh?
Yeah,
Correct.
every day, all day.
Wow. Godspeed to them.
So what you also noticed there was kind of our shipping strategy there. We will wrap the corals in kind of a protective plastic layer that really helps it keep it from bouncing around during shipping. Shipping is hard on every coral, but we do really well. Some of the pieces you'll see are floated upside down on styrofoam. Some just go kind of right in the plastic.
So here you see kind of more of the cleaning, but you also get a really great representation of the corals that we send out. Their sizing, we look for something that's in full color, multi-branched, and either mostly, if not completely, covering the frag plug. That's something that we pride ourselves in, and making sure that we're sending something out consistent.
I think a lot of people would be interested to know as well that it's not like we can just take some corals, put them in the greenhouse, and they're ready to go. A lot of these corals took 2 to 5 years to even get to a commercial scale where we actually started selling them. From the 6 months, 12 months in our quarantine area to the, like I said, 2 to 5 years sometimes before they're available for sale. That's how long it takes to really get them to a mass market.
Wow.
Just kind of a final note, we do have not only 1 generator for backup energy, but we also have 2, just for redundancy's sake, to keep stuff like this going. This right here is one of our earlier coral spawns.
Oh.
It's something that happens annually, but we don't really get to see it because we're not there late at night when this is happening.
Yeah.
But it is always remarkable to see kind of these natural wild behaviors. And we can tell when it's going to happen too, because all of the cardinals that we've got in our systems will come and nestle in the head of the corals and start nipping at the tips of the branches.
Really? Are they waiting to eat the eggs?
Yeah.
Oh, they can sense whenever it's going to happen?
They know it, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So yeah, we've had a few of these. Always fun to see.
Wow. That's really cool to see like a close-up view of just how the fragging and everything happens there.
It's probably my favorite building to go to. I mean, every day it's like walking out into the South Pacific. It's really exciting. When we have people come down, it's really awesome to show them around and show them a part of the ocean that they probably wouldn't normally get to see.
It is, because when we came to visit you, I mean, you kind of get an idea when you look at a video or posts from you on social, the size of everything. But when you actually go visit and see it, it's a huge amount of
the
coral.
scale of the operation, right?
Everywhere you can see. If you haven't seen it, look into our YouTube, search O-Ray, and there is like a 25-minute video of when we did a visit, to the fish,
It was a fantastic
coral,
experience,
everything.
yeah. Appreciate you guys coming down.
It's a great video, very popular. So that's going to give you another inside look into all the areas of
Corals
O-Ray.
and fish, right?
Mm-hmm. Corals and fish, sharks, babies, all kinds
all
of
the fun
stuff.
stuff.
Yeah. So do check that one out as well. But it's always neat to see the parts of things that you don't usually see, like where your corals come from. Oh, I got this beautiful O-ray frag. Where did it come from? And I'm saying your frags are they're not little boogers. No, they're very large.
That's
They're
one
nice.
thing I love
They're
about
almost
the
mini
O-ray corals.
colonies. On most
Yeah.
of them are grown almost mini colonies. They're very healthy, fully encrusted.
And some of them have been in captivity for several years. Our Stuber stag came from Germany back in the 80s.
85.
I think that's close to like a 38-year-old, 37-year-old frag that's been out of the ocean in production.
That's amazing. And most of your corals have got quite a few years that they've not been in the ocean, so it is truly sustained.
Very
there.
time tested for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Means healthier corals as far as they adjust to the home aquarium better and all of that stuff versus being out from the wild.
I agree.
Very nice. And not even corals, you have tons of fish too.
Yeah.
So many fish. So many fish.
Always.
Where can these guys go see more of your stuff? You know, more of the fish that you guys aquaculture, the corals. What's the website?
So, I mean, our website is just orafarm.com, very simple. Admittedly, it's a little dated, so a lot of the stuff that we've been working with lately isn't up there, but we've got like a vast network of brick and mortar stores that we partner with, and they have access to an entire catalog of a wide range of aquatic aquacultured animals.
Nice.
Great.
Definitely check out your local retail store. Ask for ORA because you're going to get healthy, happy corals and fish on that one.
And they look great in a Waterbox aquarium.
They do.
They do.
And speaking of which, if you haven't seen it, check out our ORA build
Right.
that we did a year and a half, 2 years ago.
No, I don't think it's been 2 years
No, I
yet.
think it's about
I mean,
Year and a half.
maybe
I say
a
you
year
can
and
tell
a
by
half.
looking at it, the corals are
Yeah.
getting so big right now.
I'd say about a year and a half ago, roughly, we did, that's when we started the series, is a fully aquacultured ORA aquarium. It's in our Marine Peninsula 4820, still running. Corals are huge. We need to do an update on that sometime. But definitely check out that build because it is 100% fish and corals from ORA.
still my favorite tank in the building.
Still running as
Yeah.
just an ORA. You can have absolutely beautiful, corals are huge, they're healthy, all of that. So
Red Goniapora is looking like a
gonna
mini
be growing out of the
bowling
water
ball.
it's
shortly.
huge, both of them. Like, massive. I don't know if we have some questions we can pull.
Yeah, we have some questions. There we go. Some of them are kind of technical, I'm not sure, but.
Ooh, hopefully we can help, yeah.
How about this one? This one came up 2 times.
Question: Since they're grown under natural light, wouldn't it be harder for them to acclimate under other light sources?
Good question. We get that quite a bit.
We do.
You want to take it?
Sure.
See, they just stare down for who's answering what. Yeah.
All right, so yes, our corals are grown under natural sunlight. However, they do readily acclimate
Oh,
to
easy.
LEDs. I mean, here at Waterbox, they're under LEDs.
Yeah,
They're
we
doing
didn't have
great.
any transition time, and there wasn't any loss of color or anything, really.
I mean, I would say it's probably much easier to transition our corals to, probably say, a halide or a T5 setup, but really LEDs, they do just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the hardest part is for most people just figuring out, is it going to be too bright right away? Is it not bright enough? If you have any concerns, definitely start them out in the sand bed, work their way up over the next couple days to weeks.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
Yep.
Good question.
What glue do you use?
We use a glue from Julian Sprung's Two Little Fishes. Works,
okay.
works
Nice.
fantastic.
Nice.
Good, nice thick glue.
Oh, it's thick.
Thick.
It tolerates our 80-degree temperatures, the humidity outside. I mean, it lasts for a
Giant
long time.
bottle.
Giant
Yeah,
bottles,
it's great.
absolutely.
There you go.
Ooh, this is a very popular question. Are there tours of your facility?
I wish there was like a once a week, we just bring a busload of you guys in, we show you guys around, we have a great time. We're not there yet. We'll get there. I would say the number one reason why we can't just readily open our doors is, well, 2 reasons. One, we're on a closed university campus, so there is like a guard gate, there's a whole process to that.
Don't
But-
try and just go showing up. You're not
yeah,
going to make it
absolutely.
through.
Unfortunately, we
We
can't
get
just-
those phone calls every day.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? No,
We
someone's
do.
here. No.
The biggest thing is just biosecurity.
Yeah.
We've got very specific buildings. Even our employees aren't allowed to walk in between separate buildings. We've got to make sure that we're sterilized, kind of walking through, spraying our hands, washing our hands. It's just really important. And I think it would be unmanageable having large groups of people walking through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you got all that going on and raising babies and breeding, like one little thing
We'll get
could
there,
be
though, I
a
promise.
big
One
deal.
day.
Get some biohazard suits that everyone can walk in.
That's a great
Something.
idea.
Yeah. Be fun, especially in the Florida heat.
Oh, man.
Yes. You only tour in the summer.
Right. Midday.
This is an interesting question. I even wonder.
Oh,
Oh.
there you go.
It's up here.
How profitable is aquaculture versus importing? I'm not sure you guys can delve into that, but
I don't.
I mean, that would be a tricky one to answer, mainly because I wouldn't know what to compare it to.
Yeah.
Is it profitable? I would say the value that you are getting is you are preserving kind of the natural environment. You are providing an animal that is far less stressful. So profit, I can't really speak to that, but the value, I think, is where you're going to see the aquaculture come from.
that's
Yeah.
why I personally love ORAs, because the aquaculture aspect is huge. The sustainable part. I mean, you guys, like you said, you have these corals that are 30 years in captivity.
Right.
Rather than going out and importing and pulling more and more and more and more colonies from the ocean, you're just growing off the same ones.
Sure, and really, like I mentioned earlier, shipping is very hard on these animals. And wild imports, you're shipping 8,000 miles away, multiple stops. It's hard. Whereas our animals are, conditioned. They're shipping hundreds of miles.
Yeah.
It's much easier on them.
Within a 24-hour period.
Exactly right.
And eventually importing, I mean, it's even already having issues as far as import from different countries and stuff like that. That
Right.
importing itself will be a thing of the past eventually, or at least extremely limited.
Which, I mean, I must say, I hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
I mean, I think people forget that we wouldn't have aquaculture if we couldn't have access to wild animals.
Yeah. Correct.
So, it does need to be a good balance,
Yeah.
a responsible balance. So many good ones out there.
Was it 5 minutes? 5 minutes left to get your entries
Oh,
in.
just turned to 4.
Oh, 4 minutes to get
Make it
your.
Can I work for you guys? Absolutely, Paul. Come on down.
How would they get in touch about employment?
Probably the easiest would just be send us an email, visit our website, orafarm.com. We've got a tab for jobs.
Okay, can you post openings there?
Yes, absolutely. Please apply. Doesn't matter where you are. Let's just see what we can do. We're always looking for good talent.
Nice. Maybe one day you could be on Blue Friday.
Okay.
What coral or fish do you wish you could aquaculture that's just been too difficult to date?
Oh, that's a good question.
I think I'll answer a coral one. You can answer a fish one.
Well, I think our answers are going to be slightly different for both, so why not both of us answer both?
At the same time. 1, 2, 3, go. I think a lot of the some of the more LPS corals would be fantastic. They do pose a lot of challenges. Elegance corals, plate corals, scalemias, all those things on a commercial scale are rather challenging. I mean, a hobbyist level, yeah, anybody can probably make it happen with a bandsaw, but on a commercial scale, they do pose challenges because they take so long to heal. They're not really always going to heal like a natural wild, sphere or so that you're used to. So those do pose some challenges that I'd like to see change.
I mean, in that regard, I definitely agree as far as LPS. For myself, I'm a huge fan of ACANs. And I was just commenting about how we need more ACANs in the greenhouse.
Don't we all?
But they do take up a lot of space. A lot of space that's dedicated to, things that are already in production.
And faster growing.
And space is something that we're a little tight on. So I think LPS, fantastic. ACAN's even better. And then, honestly, fish-wise, if we could get our ruby red dragonettes back, that would be absolutely
Maybe we'll see those soon.
stunning.
Maybe we'll
Hopefully.
see those soon.
There you go. All right, that's a good question.
What's your favorite clown variety?
Donna?
I really love the hailstorms.
Oh, that's what I was going to say.
I mean,
You can have the same answer. It's okay.
Yeah,
It's a good looking
just
fish.
striking pattern. It's not
lack
something.
thereof.
Yeah, it's not something that you see in every type of fish. So
Yeah, it's a good one. Hailstorms, look them up.
I have to look them up. I don't think I know. That's newer, right?
it
Yeah,
is.
it's kind of out of our kind of storm family. If you could think of how awesome a black storm looks, you water it down until it's just kind of the basics, the white, the black, and then maybe some pattern. It's awesome.
Oh, very nice. All right, we'll check that out.
You guys succumb to coral.
Don't.
Oh, God.
Oh, what did I do?
Do
I'm trying to hook
you?
guys
Don't.
up. Go ahead and put.
Do you
I'm trying to
guys,
show the hailstorm.
do you guys oh,
No, God's gone.
Okay.
it was
okay.
something about
I don't
succumbing.
know if this
Succumb
question.
to a lot of coral
let's
death
show.
like
Here you go.
reefers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would
Got a
say
hailstorm?
yes. There we go.
There we go.
No
Hey.
Google search.
Very
It's good.
cool.
God, that is a gorgeous fish. I mean,
I
corals
think it's
die.
about average.
Live animals, they die. It's a natural part, but I would say it's something we've learned over the last 26 years to really work around and avoid. I wouldn't say it's a thing that's like a big problem.
Yeah.
Nice. Are the hailstorms available now?
Oh,
Yes.
everywhere.
Oh, all right. Very cool.
What's your favorite local fish store? We'll get some over there.
All right. Call your locals. Get some hailstorms.
There you go.
We already got
We
that
just
one.
did that
Oh,
one.
you just did that
Keenan.
one?
Oh my God,
you.
Keenan.
Listen, I'm reading 20 questions.
I know.
All good.
I'll read
all
some too.
good.
Here we go.
Here you go.
Do we still need to quarantine stuff when we receive it from you?
Good question. Very good question. I personally think that, regardless of the source, quarantine is a great habit to get into. I think everyone should do it. I do realize, though, that it's difficult. Some people don't have room for an additional 10 or 20 gallons off to the side, nor maybe the time. It's kind of an impulsive hobby. You want to get stuff in your display. I would say I would feel comfortable with our animals going straight into a display. They're not exposed to any kind of wild-caught fish, but I would highly recommend a quarantine process at some level. If nothing else, just to kind of let your animals rest and get used to being in your home before they're introduced to your main aquarium.
So if they couldn't do a quarantine tank, at least a dip.
Sometimes dips can be rather
Harsh.
scary,
Yeah.
really abrasive. I would say I'd rather just them go back and straight into your tank.
Okay.
What do you check your par with? Do you guys check your par?
Our eyes, how tan our skin gets from the sun.
How much you're sweating?
Yeah, we don't actually use any kind of par readings, unfortunately. I wish I had kind of this more technical data on that part, but really, it's bright. I don't think we need...
Yeah, I mean, it is bright to the point where some of our corals at times struggle because of just how much light they're
That's
getting.
what those screens and
Which
stuff
is what the
for.
screens are for, yeah.
We'll have to move it from one side of the greenhouse to another, just based on the sunlight going through.
No, it's intense. It's intense. So if you're doing like 120 on the sand bed, you'll be just fine. If you're doing 8,000 on the sand bed, you're probably still okay.
That was a great technical answer.
We've had a hard time with bird's nest coral. Do you have any tips on growing them?
Unusual. I mean, this is kind of I would consider more of your hardy, kind of entry-level piece. I would say some varieties are a lot more hardier than others, like our green tip orange bird. I mean, you could ship it in a wet paper towel, it probably would be fine. But pink bird's nest, Ponape, maybe a little more sensitive. Good water motion, I would say. I mean, just as the branches get real dense, you're going to want a lot of water motion going through there. You oftentimes will see it get real white and light in those areas. Doesn't necessarily mean it's dying, it just means it's not getting the right amount of water flow through there. I think that'd probably be the most crucial thing to consider.
I would say with bird's nest too is too clean of water.
Yeah.
Right?
Too clean and they're not going to do as well because there are easier kind of, not dirtier water SBS, but
Right.
dirtier
Just more
water.
forgiving,
Yeah.
they really are.
Yeah, and they can handle a little bit more nutrients maybe.
Does Ore grow I feel like I'm going to butcher that word right now.
There we go.
Let's
Your
hear
light
it.
is just mwah.
Oh, we do. I mean,
Where do we do it, Donna?
we do it at our Marshall Island mariculture farm.
You got it.
Boom. So we call it by the acronym MIMF. So you'll see
rolls off the tongue.
MIMF
Yeah, very
in front
fluid.
of all of our clams and all of our corals coming from that facility out in the Marshalls. We do Maximas, we do Durazas, we do Croceas, we do Squamosa.
What's the newest one we just got? Bringing it back.
Oh, our Gigas.
Yes.
Ah,
Nice.
The
Gigas
Gigas
back.
clams are back,
If
and
you're,
they
looking for
are
that, if you're looking for that big iconic clam, they're back. Just let us know.
Nice.
All right, we need one of
about
those.
7
my
to
favorite
10
clam.
inches right now.
Yeah, they're
They
good
are
size.
Really?
Whoa.
football
That-
size.
Wow.
Wow.
Professional football.
2020, you guys did your presentation for Blue Friday on your clam farm in
Right.
Marshall Island.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
bring that up. You want to see all about how the plant is very fascinating.
I would love to go
That's
out there every day,
really
but
cool.
it's so far away. It's like a 3-day trip just to fly out there.
Yeah, so you can check out that stream. It shows you all the behind the scenes of that
Right,
facility.
absolutely. It's a good one.
If you could give a single piece of advice to a new reefer, what and why?
Ooh, I would say mine, after talking to many people, is just keep it simple. It is so easy to get caught up with, I got to do this, I got to do that, chasing numbers, making things work. Really, if you just keep it simple, you'll be much happier.
Yeah.
Yep.
That and get like on a really good maintenance schedule and stick to it. Consistency is key to reefing and having your reef flourish. So making sure you're staying on top of all that maintenance.
Thanks.
Good advice.
Got some winners?
Oh, what do we got? Yeah.
I think we still have questions.
Oh, okay.
The questions keep coming, but this will be the last one.
Okay, yeah. At any time, if you guys have any other questions, please reach
Normally-
out to us. We'll answer the phone. It's fantastic. We're happy to help.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Normally I'm trying to cut the stream. Now I'm trying to do the winners prematurely.
Oh, jeez.
Do you have an education department, opportunities for education, work with schools or kids?
You know, we don't necessarily have a specific education department, but we do work with a lot of schools. We do some donations on a limited scale.
Yeah.
You know, we're happy to get as many people excited, interested in the hobby as possible. Roll up those sleeves, get your hands dried with salt. Let's do it. We're all about it for the kids.
Nice.
Awesome.
All about the kids.
It's all about those kids.
There's a next generation of reefers.
They have to be, right.
Yeah.
We need them.
We need that, involvement in the schools
The
and stuff like
passion,
that.
absolutely.
Yep. All right, now you can ask if there's winners.
Are there winners, Keenan?
There are, but they're not
Okay.
ready yet.
Oh,
Oh,
30 seconds?
Really?
All right.
come on, Keenan.
30 seconds, that's the answer of time.
We'll sit here quietly until then.
We brought our little clowns. These things are so
guys
cute.
are-
Keep asking, how can I get some of those clowns?
Ooh.
I mean, it's come up
Do you
like
sell them on the
10
website?
times.
We did, and we
we
can.
did secretly.
We just ran out.
Secretly, we do.
This might be the last that we have for a while, but we'll get some
What?
more. We'll get some more for you.
Maybe
we
should
run
do it-
out of the
we should do a
clowns.
different,
We're working on
print,
some
like,
exciting
A different type of fish
like
would be
the
great.
hailstorm. or
Oh,
the-
sure.
Yeah.
If you need some, give us a call. We'll put the order through. We'll find a way to get some to you.
Yeah.
Is it technically like a stress thing?
Oh,
It
just
is.
look how much stress you could be relieving right now.
So-
All of you.
So violent and this poor fish.
They're just squeezing a fish.
You just love them so much.
They
though.
are
Just
adorable.
love.
All right.
The
we're
best
ready.
was all those tiny, when we went to visit your facility, and the bajillions of little tiny clownfish. I was
In a
like,
ball.
They are
My head
so
exploded.
adorable. So many.
You guys have to watch the video. It's so good. All right, so we're ready to announce some winners.
We are.
All right,
do it.
so the winner of the first $500 Waterbox gift card.
Brittany Culp.
Brittany, nice. Congratulations.
We will reach out to you to get you your new gift card. Your new gift card. Your gift card.
It is new. It's brand spanking new.
Yes,
I mean-
I guess it could be new.
All right, we have one more $500 gift card. Ready? It's you.
Scott Ronzetti. Congratulations, Scott. Tried to get Jess to read that one. Didn't work.
All right, the last one is our Cube 20 package.
Who's going to
Ready?
be?
Between $5 and $700.
TBD, don't know.
Juan, can you read that last one?
One whole game.
Oh,
there we go.
Keenan, thank you.
There you go. Congratulations, Juan.
Nice work.
We'll get in
Cool.
touch with you guys, get you your prizes. Remember, we're doing this for the next
7 days.
Yeah.
2 streams, 2 more streams.
47 hours of
Next 2
Live
streams will have the same
streams.
giveaways, so definitely stay tuned. I want to thank you guys so much for joining us again.
Yes,
It's
absolute
always
pleasure.
for
Thank you
having
guys. We really appreciate
Always
it.
fun.
to see and hear what you guys are doing and what you got going on there. We are back at 5 o'clock with our freshwater owner highlights segment.
Yep.
So if you want to see 3 amazing freshwater tanks, definitely come and join us, and we'll have our gift card giveaway as well.
Stick around.
See you in a little bit.
Thanks. Make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell.
Don't go anywhere. Make sure to join us for the next Blue Friday stream for more guests and giveaways. And don't forget, Blue Friday is the best day to save big on your new Waterbox aquarium.
There will be sales on aquariums, accessories, and equipment. Sales are live in the USA, Canada, United Kingdom, and Europe on Friday, November 4th at 11 a.m. Eastern until Friday, November 11th at 12 p.m. Eastern. This year's Blue Friday sweepstakes is to support recovery of those affected by the catastrophic Hurricane Ian that made landfall in Southwest Florida. All proceeds will be donated to the Florida Disaster Fund, which is a private fund established to assist Florida's communities as they respond and recover during times of emergency or disaster. To learn more about Blue Friday, visit waterboxaquariums.com.